All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible, complex pieces of wiring in your entire body, the trigeminal nerve. It's really the unsung hero that runs the whole show for your face, from feeling the most gentle touch to taking a powerful bite.
I mean, just think about that for a second. Your face is capable of this amazing sensitivity. You can feel a single eyelash, right? But it's also got this immense power to bite and chew. So how on earth does one single system manage two jobs that seem like complete opposites?
Well, it all comes down to this superstar, the fifth cranial nerve, better known as the trigeminal nerve. It is, for all intents and purposes, the command center for your face, handling sensation and major motor functions. It really is the master nerve of your face.
So to really get how it works, we've got to look at its structure. And the funny thing is, its name gives us a massive clue.
That's right, trigeminal literally means triplet. And that's because this one giant nerve splits into three major branches. And each one is responsible for its own distinct territory on your face.
First up, we've got branch 1, or V1. This is the ophthalmic nerve. Think of it as handling the top third of your face. We're talking your scalp, your forehead, even the surface of your eye. Next, moving down the face, is V2, the maxillary nerve. This branch takes care of the middle territory, so your cheeks, your upper lip, and even your upper teeth and gums. And finally, we get to V3, the mandibular nerve. This one senses your lower lip, your chin, and your lower teeth. But, and this is the cool part, what makes this branch so unique is that it also has a motor function. It's the one that controls those incredibly powerful chewing muscles.
So let's just quickly recap that. V1 and V2, they are purely for sensation. That's it. But V3, it's pulling double duty. It's handling both sensation for the lower part of your face and the motor control you need for chewing.
Okay, so now that we've kind of mapped out the territories, let's follow the information highway. Where do all these different signals actually go once they're picked up? You might think it's some complicated mess, but it's a surprisingly direct route. When any sensation is detected, that signal zips to a central hub called the trigeminal ganglion. You can just picture this ganglion as a tiny little switchboard, a bundle of nerve cells where all three branches meet up. And from there, one single large nerve root carries all of that combined information straight into your brainstem. But okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. See, not all of this sensory information travels at the same speed. The trigeminal nerve actually uses two totally different kinds of superhighways to send signals to the brain. Think about this for a second. You've definitely experienced this, right? You feel the pressure of the pin instantly, but that sharp, stinging pain, it feels like it arrives just a split second later. That little delay, that's the whole key. It's telling us that two different types of information are traveling on two different pathways. And here's why that delay happens. Information about touch and where your body is in space travels on an express lane. These nerve fibers are myelinated, which is just a fancy way of saying they're insulated, kind of like an electrical wire with a thick plastic coating. That fatty insulation lets the signal travel at lightning speed. But pain and temperature, they take the local lane on uninsulated fibers, which are way slower. It's actually a brilliant bit of evolutionary design. Your body can react to touch instantly, so you pull away from danger before your brain has even fully registered the pain. So this two-system theory sounds pretty good, but how do we know for sure that they're separate? Well, we can actually see what happens when one of them breaks down. Let's look at a clinical case that proves this perfectly. There's a condition called lateral medullary syndrome. It's a very specific type of stroke that damages a tiny, precise part of the brainstem. And because of exactly where it hits, it creates this really unique, kind of bizarre pattern of sensory loss that proves our two-highway theory. Okay, so this is where things get a little wild. A patient with this syndrome will lose their sensation of pain and temperature on one side of their face and on the opposite side of their body. But here's the real kicker. Their sense of touch and position, totally fine, completely intact. So they can feel you touching them, but they have no idea if the thing touching them is hot or cold. This checkerboard pattern, it's the smoking gun. It's the ultimate proof. It could only happen if the nerve pathways for pain and temperature are physically separate from the pathways for touch. The stroke damages that slow lane for both the face and the body, right where they happen to run next to each other in the brainstem, while leaving that fast lane completely untouched. It's amazing.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. The trigeminal nerve alone shows this incredible, sophisticated level of wiring just for our face. It really makes you stop and wonder, right? What other elegant, unbelievably complex systems are just quietly running in the background, managing every single thing you feel and do every single day?